Hello there, Aquarius. Welcome to your March 2016 mid-month tarot reading. So once again, I am going to be keeping the same format, okay? Because a lot of viewers seem to enjoy this deck, and it's one of my favorite decks. So I'm just going to keep using this in the same format. One of the things that I was picking up when I was shuffling is I feel like a lot of you have a commitment, have some type of a commitment coming through, okay? And that means, offer to take a relationship to the next level, offer for exclusivity, offer for work even, I feel. And like I was saying for the early March reading, I felt like a lot of you were waiting on a person. A lot of you have somebody in mind specifically, and the offer came in from somebody else or from another place. So it's kind of like those half-hearted, it's you're happy to get the offer, but it wasn't from the person that you want. It wasn't from the right location, job situation that you want. And as a result of it, you're kind of at a stalemate as to what you should do in this certain situation. I feel like for those of you who's received an offer in love, and especially, I feel like the person is a little bit protective. They can be, controlling and protective, like very, very protective. But I see like it's somebody who has been around the block. They know what they want, and they're a little bit possessive. I feel that way. They know you're a good catch, and they're afraid to lose you. I also feel for those of you where it's a job offer, I sense that it might be a job offer with a lot of restrictions, okay? So I'm feeling restrictions, and I'm feeling that a lot of you, frankly, are just not ready. But I do sense as well that whatever it is you're waiting on, the person that you're waiting on or the job offer that you're waiting on is going to come around. It just might take some time, okay? And I would say like weeks, days. I don't feel that it's going to be months. But I do feel that it is going to come around for you because I'm looking at the outcome here just to see, what's around the corner. You have the wish card, which means whoever it is or whatever the right location or the right job is, it is going to be there. So first of all, let's go over this spread, so hopefully we can flush out the information that came through the first time. So at the heart of the reading, let me see if I can make this any brighter. Okay, so at the heart of the reading here, we do have the devil. And the devil, it usually indicates having some type of emotional attachment to something that we can't really shake, okay? I feel that for a lot of you, it might be finance related. This could be a job that you absolutely hate, but you have to do it mainly because, it pays the bills. There's also a contract possibly signed that keeps you stuck in a job, okay? For others of you, I feel that you're walking away from a relationship or you're thinking about walking away from the relationship. And it could be a committed relationship, it could be a work partnership where there is a contract. It could be a marriage situation where there is a contract. And I feel that a lot of you have decided that you want to go, but I'm sensing that you're still trying to finalize everything. You're still trying to, come to terms with the fact that you don't really have much of a choice. You have to get out of it, okay? What's crossing you is the Five of Swords, which indicates conflict. Okay, this is also a card about trying to do the right thing and not hurt anybody. So first of all, in terms of the situation itself, there's a lot of conflict. There's a lot of like people working at cross purposes with one another. There's like some kind of combative energy. If you're in a work environment, I feel like it can play out as like combative people around you. People that are like very low vibrational energies where they get ticked off very easily, or they just they don't know how to control their temper, and they say things purposely, hurtful things. So I feel like if it's a work environment, that's the clients that you might be dealing with. If it's like a relationship environment, then I do feel the other person, and it's a sword energy, and you're an air sign, so I would say try to curb the things that you're saying, and try not to, strike where it hurts. Okay, so just be careful about that. I'm also feeling this is a card, like I mentioned. It's about trying to do the right thing. Okay, in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, it's the man. It's called the Swift Victory card, where he is winning something at the expense of two other parties being completely decimated. So this is a situation where if you're in a relationship and you're trying to walk away from it, there might be children involved. There might be, you know that your partner loves you, and it's hard for you to leave. But I do sense that in love relationships, if your heart is not feeling it, there's no other way around it. Okay, you might need to just bite the bullet and try to leave that situation. In the past position, we have the Two of Coins, and the Two of Coins indicates financial burdens. It can also indicate some fluctuation in finances or emotional state, and I feel like both of these things have been happening for you. With the work situation, the financial aspect of the work situation is not completely stable. With the emotional state, some arrangement, some contractual arrangement in your life is not serving your emotional growth anymore. What's crowning this reading here is the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups in the reverse means keep going back to the same situation, trying to work things out even though we are not satisfied with it, okay? The foundation here, which is somebody possibly in your environment, we have the Queen of Coins. And the Queen of Coins is an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, showing up in the upright position. This is somebody that has that is able to give you a lot of support, a lot of stability, a lot of grounding. And I feel as the foundation here, this is the direction that you want to take because it has value and it has longevity. So a lot of you might have an earth sign, male or female, in your life that you are potentially going back to or you are potentially thinking about. But I feel like the relationship, if it's a relationship, partner, in love or romance, it needs some work. There needs to be some kind of truce when it comes to communication, okay? And if it's a new person, this is somebody that is kind of the impetus, providing the impetus of change in your life. So it might be the person that you are leaving this situation for, or it might be the person that you're still debating, okay? There is stability here, I feel. It has the potential to grow, but I do sense as well it is a partnership, a committed partnership. And this person, I honestly feel might be a little bit, I feel like they're possessive. It's a good person. It shows up in the upright, but I feel like they're a little bit possessive, okay? They're a little bit possessive of you. And I feel like a lot of hand-holding, and a lot of like clinging on. So you're dealing with somebody quite possessive, I feel. It's not a bad thing. It's just, keep that energy in check. In terms of the advice here, we have the Six of Coins. And this is basically a whatever it is, a work partnership or a relationship. There is a lot of reciprocity. There is a lot of, I feel like the communication is the only thing that's the problem. And it's also, they might be jealous or they might be very possessive. But I feel like in terms of give and take, in terms of, balancing out the checkbook, in terms of just each party doing their part, it looks very good because we have the Lovers, which is reciprocity, and we do have the Six of Coins, which also is reciprocity. And I also feel for the end of the month, a lot of you might be getting like some type of financial windfall coming your way, as well as gifts, token of appreciation, and somebody making you feel quite good, like buying little trinkets here and there and things like that. Okay, so that's coming in, and I feel like it's they're very, very sweet gestures, and it's going to make you very happy. In terms of your external environment, we do have a water sign. So this is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And I picked this card out during the March reading, meaning you have an offer on the table. And I do feel that the offer is still there, the flirtation, the sincerity is definitely still there. And I feel like a lot of you are right now, like in relationships already. You've decided to go with it, and your relationships, love relationships especially, it's taking off and it looks very good. However, what I do sense as well is for those of you where it's a business environment, I feel that there might be some kind of work romance blossoming, some type of flirtation in the work environment, or at the very least, there is somebody around you who is taking an interest in you. And I do feel they are very shy. It's a page energy, so it's a very young energy. And pages can also bring a lot of news. Like these are emotionally enriching news coming in from your external environment. A lot of you have many, many suitors, many admirers, okay? And you have plenty of options to choose from. So just make sure that, you don't rush it, and, take the time to decide on the right person that you want to be with, okay? Now, in terms of your hopes and fears, we have the High Priestess in the reverse position. Hopes and fears is fears of deception, fears of people concealing information, fears that you're not properly guided to make the right decision. Because I feel that so many options are coming through for you, you are afraid that you're going to go with the wrong choice. And I feel like the element of timing is very important in this spread. And I know that I'm almost feeling as if, you're tired of the whole dating process. You just want to find the one, end up with the one. And I feel like, it's like finding the right job, ending up with the right job, loving what you do, and then growing old with the job. Or, likewise, growing old with that perfect, the right romantic partner. And as a result of it, you're just like really fearful that, am I doing the right thing? I need to know if I'm doing the right thing. So a lot of you might be consulting outside sources for, guidance. And I'm going to say this as well, based on the outcome. I do feel that we all know who is right for us, okay? And on a very deep soul intuitive level, we all know. So you should trust it. Get the advice that you need, but when it comes to work, you definitely should get outside, feedback. When it comes to love, the heart wants what it wants. And people who are not in a relationship really cannot give you adequate advice, okay? Sometimes they can say that, therapists or whatever who are not in the relationship can give you a lot more objectivity. But I'm going to say, like with Aquarius, whoever it is that your heart yearns for, you only have room in your heart for one person, regardless of how many people you're dating or how many people are interested in you, or regardless of who is showering, gifts, money, whatever it is upon you. Those things don't really matter. You always have room in your heart for only one person. And I feel like that's an Aquarian thing. You're a fixed sign, and you always know who it is that your heart yearns for. So the advice is you kind of don't need validation in that aspect, okay? And I'm going to say this as well, that a lot of you might be, you have a lot of offers on the table, and you are dealing with a lot of people who are giving you potentially, showing interest, giving you a lot of love letters, notes, trinkets here and there. I also feel that, there's just a lot of dating candidates around you. There's a prominent earth sign, prominent water sign. And between the earth and the water sign, I would say that the earth sign, it's a queen energy. It's somebody who's a little bit more seasoned. So it might be something that you want, but I feel like they're a little bit possessive. They're potentially jealous. They're potentially looking more for a commitment. The water sign is a more lighthearted energy. So depending on, and I feel like, aside from those, you might have more options, but these are the two prominent ones. And it's more about, commitment, freedom. So those are the two things that you're thinking about. I feel like a lot of you have your heart set on potentially the earth sign rather than the water sign. But the earth sign requires a commitment, and you're not sure if you want that yet, okay? So let's talk about the outcome here. We do have the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Cups, which is the Wish card, as well as the Four of Coins. So first of all, let's talk about the Nine of Wands because I really like this card. It is somebody, and I feel like this is you. It is somebody who has been through a lot in life, okay? He's like missing an eye. He's got scars all over his body. His heart chakra is activated. He's got a tree growing in his belly. I don't know if you can see. But what I do feel essentially from this card is that you've been through a lot. You know what you want, and you're trying to find the one, or at least you're waiting for the one. The tree indicates a soul connection, okay? This is a very strong spiritual union. It is placed in your path because it is forcing you to, first of all, have faith again in love because you've been through a lot. And it's almost to the point where, you know, do I even believe in love anymore? Do I even believe that there is a path, a destiny for me? Is that even like a thing? Does that even exist? Because I've been waiting, and I'm not getting the proper guidance. I also feel that whatever it is, you have a soul connection with a person in your life, okay? For a lot of you, it might be, you know, this is your heart knows, and I feel like it's going to be different for different people, but your heart knows, and your heart knows that what it wants, and you can't really deny it, okay? So it is really important for you to take that first step out from this situation and, you know, try to lead with your heart. That's going to go further for you, okay? What I'm also feeling is, especially for Aquarius who are dating men, regardless of your own gender, if you are dating men, if you're an Aquarius and you're dating men, I do feel somebody's coming in for you. And this is the person that your heart is yearning for because we have the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is a wish card. It's one of those mundane wish cards. But I feel like you are going to cross paths with somebody, okay? And this is a very, very spiritual person. I'm getting a very strong fire energy with this person. I'm getting that this is somebody that you already know. And I'm feeling very, very strongly that, you know, they had to take some time off to, you know, take care of their own emotional baggage, okay? They've been through battles. They've been through many conflicts. And I feel as if both people have grown from it. So I feel like, especially if you're dating men, there is somebody who is highly spiritually evolved. They've, you know, been around the block, and they know that they know what they want at this point. Their heart chakra is activated, so they're kind of out with their sensors, their feelers around them, you know, trying to find the right one. And I feel that they know what they want, so you can take their words seriously, okay? Both of these nines energy indicate to me, you know, it's like the closing up of the cycle where that's it. We found each other. We are on the right path. We have found each other, all right? So it looks to me to be very, very good. And the tree symbolism indicates to me that I feel this is the one in which eventually you're going to put your walls down, okay? And I feel especially this is the Aquarius, the typical Aquarius type of characteristic. You've got your walls up, you've got your defenses up, and you've got a lot of love, but you're hiding it, and you're playing it cool, and you're pretending, almost like you're playing the nonchalance, the aloof, the detached role. And there's nothing wrong with that because, you know, both sides have been through a lot, of rough relationships, have dealt with a lot of disappointment. So I feel in this way, you and your romantic partner are very reciprocal, okay? Like you're like the mirror of one another. This person, they've been through a lot though, but they're not jaded. Whereas I feel like you're safe now. You don't need to put the force field up, but it's still going up. So this seems to me like a little bit of a stalemate, so somebody's got to give. Somebody's got to give, okay? There is a solid offer. I feel for a lot of you, there's a fire energy associated with it because the way that Nine of Swords is depicted, it looks like a lion. So I feel there's some type of I'm sorry, it's the Nine of Wands. The way it looks like a fire energy, okay? And additionally, for those of you dealing with the earth energy, the earth, the Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, there's still a lot of issues with control. And I feel like for a lot of you, you're kind of, you have to play, you have to detach a little bit so that you can teach the other person to let go and relinquish control. Because I do feel that coming through from a relationship partner. I feel that it's coming through if you are in existing relationships, especially with an earth sign. And this can even be, business work partnerships as well. Because what it means is that you might have somebody who is a little bit of a micromanager. They're constantly hovering over your neck, like asking you what you're doing. And for some reason, you find them constantly around you. And, they have boundary issues. So you might want to just, I feel like a lot of you are handling it very well because Aquarius and Sagittarius are very good at drawing up, resurrecting that force field to block people out, and also drawing boundaries, like drawing your own lines in the sand. I feel like that's what you're doing, especially if you're dealing with an earth sign. But for those of you dealing like with a water sign, I do sense that the water sign, it's a new thing. So I feel like the rules of the game, the rules haven't been established yet, okay? So it's still open-ended, but either way, you're putting your walls up, and that's like an automatic response whenever there's new people around that you have feelings for. It automatically goes up, and it's kind of like, I'll show you mine after you show me yours. So the walls will come down. There is somebody entering your life or crossing paths with you. I feel like a lot of you already know this person based on the way the cards are laid out. I do sense that there's a sense of timing, waiting, messages. So I feel like it's going back and forth. So I don't feel that it's somebody brand new. They might have been circulating around you. They might have been in your periphery as a friend. But I feel like they're stepping up and they're kind of sure at this point what they want. They're finally, open and honest about what it is that they want. And I'm going to say as well that a lot of you are just still very protective with your feelings, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that, honestly. Just develop it very, very slowly. Develop it very slowly because the other person is highly spiritual, I'm sensing. For a lot of you too, it could be, water sign, the water sign. And I'm sensing very strong fire. If you're dealing with the earth sign, a lot of you have to reassess this situation and see if you're still happy in it, okay? I just want you to know as well, there is a lot of reciprocity within that union with the earth sign. But in terms of everything else, can you fix some of the things such as, they're being very controlling and clingy possibly. So if you're able to fix those things, then I do feel that, that can continue into the future. But moving forward, the outcome looks very good to me. It indicates financial stability with the Four of Coins. This is a card about power, okay? So it indicates to me financially things are going to be really good for you all this month. And I felt that with the March reading. And so I don't feel like money is the problem. It's mainly the love situation. It's about having too many options. It's about having too many people. And I don't feel you're confused. Like I said, you're not confused about who your heart wants. You're confused about, which path to take. And I feel that because at this point, love and stability is very intertwined in your life, okay? You might have been in a situation where you had love without the stability. Or you might have been in a situation where there is stability, but the love was lacking. And I'm going to say this, stability are things that we have to find within ourselves. We have to be stable in ourselves first in order for us to find the right love situation, okay? So don't rely on your partner to bring you the love and the stability. And at the same time, you have to be stable first in order for the right love situation to come along. So if you've been dealing with a series of love but unstable partners, or if you've been dealing with stable partners without the love, there's something wrong there, and you have to get through the root of the problem. Like, why is this happening? Am I stable? Am I secure enough? Am I loving myself enough first? so that the right person can come in, okay? So the stability are things that you need to fix first. You have to build up your foundation, and you have to learn how to do that independently, and that shouldn't be a problem for you. But I do sense that sometimes you do get wrapped up in relationships, and um, as a result of it, I feel that you give a little bit too much of yourself, and you lose your sense of perspective within the relationship, okay? Also, if you're dealing with somebody who is controlling, who is, I don't feel like it's massive control issues. I just feel like it is somebody who really cares about you. So they tend to get a little bit jealous. They tend to be a little bit clingy, and they tend to just, they want to be around you all the time. And there's nothing wrong with that. But as an air sign, as a fixed sign, and also as one of the most independent signs in the zodiac, that might be a problem for you. So discuss this situation. I feel like your partner knows. I feel like this might have been one of the main contentious situation within that relationship, okay? So, overall, finances looks very good. You have a lot of people possibly headhunting you, soliciting you to come work with them as well, because I do feel that with the Page of Cups, be very careful. I feel that you might want to stay where you're at right now, because the foundation looks to me to be very stable and solid in the work front. So you might want to just stay put for now, okay? And I feel some strong emotional bonds with the people that you work with. Okay, so I feel like it brings you happiness, it brings you stability with the people that you work with. Even though communication might not be the greatest, I still feel that it looks good to me. It looks stable, it looks good. And it looks like a situation where if you work hard, you will be able to advance up the career ladder. So don't worry about that too much, okay? In terms of, let me see if there's anything else here. So I feel like for those of you who has somebody coming in where it feels like a very strong karmic connection, all right? Like very, very strong. I feel that it would be best for you just to take it slow. You don't need to ask outsiders for advice at this present moment, because I feel that you're not going to be steered the wrong way. You fear that your intuition might lead you astray because you're thinking with your heart rather than your head, but sometimes it's a good thing. And I do feel that as long as you take it slowly, you'll be okay. You don't need, outsiders' input. And I feel that it is really important for you to kind of find your own direction in this, okay? So just keep that in mind, okay, Aquarius? I do wish you the best. If you'd like a private reading, please contact me at temperatestar@gmail.com, or you can view my website. I believe I am booked into the first week of April right now. I know that happened very quickly. So, yeah, I'm booked until the first week of April. So when you schedule an appointment, just make sure you check the calendar. And even though we're still in March, it's not March, it's April now. All right. So it turns automatically to the next available appointment, which is in April. So look at the calendar carefully for the month before you book the appointment. All right. And I do wish you all the best. Please take care of yourself. I'll be back for the April reading. Take care. Bye-bye.